After your rocket ship has been traced and you've erased all your pencil lines, you can start working with the oil pastel. If you've planned out your colors on your rocket ship, I've only planned out one, you may want to go back and decide now what color you want everything to be. So I'm going to quickly think, I want blue on the top, red down here. I need to decide what part of my spaceship, what side, where the light is coming from. So if your light is coming from directly like above and pointing down on your spaceship, the lightest part of your spaceship is going to be straight down the middle, and the shadows will be on the sides. If your light's coming from this direction, the light will be on this side. This direction, the light will be on that side. Whatever side your light is coming from is the side it will be on. So for this one, I think I'm going to do the light as if it's right in front of the spaceship. So the lightest part is actually going to be in the center of my spaceship. If your oil pastels paper is in your way, you can peel off a little bit, but please don't peel off the whole thing. Don't throw it back in your oil pastel box. That's why you have these trash cans. Throw them in the trash cans. Keep our boxes clean. All right. So the lightest part's going to be right in the center, which means my shadows are on either side. And notice when I'm coloring, I'm not scribbling all over the place. I'm actually going in the direction of this round cylinder shape. So kind of slanted lines coming up a little bit. The lighter version of red is what? Pink. It is pink. So I can use just white, because white and red make pink. Or there is an oil pastel in there that is pink. What I'll do is I'll start making my pastel lighter. It's very similar to what we did with the color sticks, if we did that project, where always want to color lighter when you know I'm going to put another color on top of it. I'm adding the pink now next to the red, adding a lighter value of red, and I'm pushing harder and blending the two colors together. Oil pastels blend a little bit better than color sticks do because they're a lot softer, and if you press firmly enough, it looks a lot like paint. I'm leaving a little bit on the end so it looks like red, and I can go back with my red pastel and push a little harder later. Right in the middle, and add the white, blending again right on top. Now since I have this light stabilizer in the middle, I'm not going to worry about that. Alright, the outside edge. I have red. I do want to make the red a little bit darker. I'm going to add a tiny bit of black. Black works to darken most colors. I don't advise using it with yellow. It just kind of makes it look dirty. If you want to darken yellow, I'd add orange, because orange is a darker color. I'm just adding a little bit to each side. Tiny bit. A little bit of black goes a long way, especially once I take the red and blend on top of it. And I'm going to kind of rub it back and forth again. A lot of oil pastel crumbs. If I brush it with my hand, I could smear it onto other parts of my paper. So the safest thing to do is to tap it, and it will get most of the crumbs off. There might be a couple left, and I would just kind of gently rub it back and forth, kind of tap it a little bit. Try not to push down hard on it. Just want them to get off of your paper. Now I have a bunch of crumbs on here, and I can sweep them up into a pile and throw them, sweep them off into my hand, and throw them in the trash can. Alright, so I got my first one done. I'm going to move on to the blue. If you're making something like gray, cleaning my pastel back off. Gray, we don't have a pastel that's gray. We have white and black. White and black make gray. So along the edges might actually be kind of black, because darker gray is black. I'm going to be careful to leave the circles though. I think I want to leave the circles mostly white. Maybe lighter gray. As I get closer to the middle, I will go very light with my oil pastel, because the center of my rocket ship is lighter. Then with my white right in the middle, blend. Careful, go around the circles. I'm doing the same thing with this. Maybe I'll just make this part black. I think it would pop a little bit more. Another thing people ask is how to do these flight stabilizers. How do I do a shadow when it's not round? When you're doing things like this, make a shadow where a shadow would be cast. The shadow on here, since this is the body of the spaceship, the shadow will most likely be right there on either side. So the darkest part will be here and the lighter part will be further out. The further away you get from the spaceship, the lighter the edges will be. So this middle part will definitely be purple. And then as I go in, that's where I'll add my black. And as I go out, I'll get lighter and lighter with my color, because that's where I'm going to mix in my white. For the center, I'm going to make the edges dark. Maybe not black shadows, but just regular purple. And then when I go into the middle, lighter purple with white blended on top. For fire, you could do blue flame with a lighter color at the outside. You could do orange and red, and orange and yellow. I don't have any orange or yellow on my spaceship, so those are the two colors I'm going to use. What I said about those flight stabilizers, I want them to be looking like they're open like this, but once I cut this out, the white doesn't make any sense. So I either need to take my scissors and cut it out, or I can color it in, meaning that I will take the black, color all on the inside. If you're not sure which one you want to do, if you think this one might look a little weird, but you're not sure you want to cut it out, color it in, and then when we cut out the spaceship, you can hold it up to your paper. If you change your mind, you can cut that off.